Hey guys, it's Maria from Sacred Heart Tarot, and it's May. It's half of May, actually. I tried to actually do this video 3 times before this, and I got all the way through the video, and I don't know, something was wrong, or I was being cranky or something, and I deleted them. So now I'm gonna do a May tarot chat video, and I'm just going to throw it up regardless of whether it's good or not good. We're just going to go with it. So I have a few things to talk about. The first thing is about a group that I'm a moderator of. It is an unofficial, though enthusiastically backed fan club for the Fortune's Wheelhouse podcast. Now, if you like esoteric tarot, Kabbalah, astrology, and any of that kind of stuff, or even if you just love tarot, Fortune's Wheelhouse is the best podcast there is. It's run by Susie Chang and Mel Moline. Mel Moline is the creator of the Tabula Mundi Tarot, which you guys know I love, and the Rosetta Tarot, and she's written a bunch of books, and they're amazing. And she's really awesome. So a couple of friends of mine and I started a Facebook group just to talk about the episodes, talk about esoteric tarot in general, or tarot in general. So if that's something that you love, or you're a fan of Fortune's Wheelhouse and you didn't know that we had a group based on it, go into Facebook, check out Fortune's Wheelhouse Academy. Come join us. Susie's there all the time. She talks a bunch with us about a lot of stuff, and we generally have a really good time kind of learning and expanding our brains, and it's pretty wonderful. So you guys can join us. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing that I want to talk about is this program that I'm working on for the Tarot Nerds Facebook group. You guys know I've talked about Tarot Nerds before. I joined them, I think it's probably about a year ago now, or so, but I've been kind of, I'm very active. I'm always in Tarot Nerds, but it's actually pretty much that and my group are the only reasons I'm on Facebook at all. But I've been working on this mentorship program, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So I have only in the last couple of years gotten to a point where I really feel like teaching the things that I know, and the things that I have learned or that I'm still learning about tarot is something that I wanted to do. I always thought I could never be a teacher, and it's just become more and more apparent to me. I don't know if it's because I'm older or because I just love learning so much or what it is, but I've really been into kind of sharing my experiences with other people and helping them find their own journey as it applies to tarot. So another member of Tarot Nerds and I kind of put together this mentorship program, and it's our first set of mentors and mentees have been chosen already, but it's going to be going on again. So if you're in Tarot Nerds, or if you were looking for something like that, definitely look out for it. But yeah, I'm actually very happy to be part of it, because I think almost every mentor or every mentor that I've talked to, at least, that signed up for this program, all of these people are doing this of their own free time, which, getting paid for your services is one thing. I love that stuff, but I'm really kind of trying to work out my teaching style right now, so this is really kind of a practice for me. And I'm sure I'll move into some sort of different class structure later on, but for right now, I like that I'm going to have some people I can bounce ideas off of, and that I can help grow and see if I'm actually even effective before I start, throwing that charge button up there. But, so every mentor that I've talked to, everybody's volunteering for this, which is super awesome. Not only that, like, we're all so on the same page, and I love that. Like, there are people with 30 plus years of experience, and they're all just so excited to share that with other people. And not only that, like, every single person is devoted to continue learning. And a lot of them have even said that the reason they want to take on mentees is so that they can grow with them. And I just thought that that was a really cool sentiment. And I wanted to share that with you guys, that tarot to me and quite a bit of other people is it's never something you stop learning. Even with experience, you don't ever put a book down. You don't ever stop, trying to foster your intuition, those kinds of things, and the things that make you good at reading tarot. Like, that's a constant, and it will always be a constant. And that was just something I wanted to bring up, my thoughts for this month on that. So if you're interested in mentoring or being a mentee for this program and you're in Tarot Nerds, you can find me. I'm Maria Lent on there all the time. I'm always active. But yeah, when we do the second round, we're going to be looking for people. We always get a good response. So check us out. So that's topic number 2. Topic number 3 is going to be books, I think. I read quite a lot of books since the last video I did. I've been kind of speed reading a lot because I have a giant stack of to do, and like every day somebody finds me another book to buy. So Amazon has had a lot of my money this last couple of months. So I think I said in my last video that I was going to start Book of Thoth, and I did, and I finished it. This is the type of book that you don't read once, you kind of go through. So yeah, I will go through this a million times more, but I did get through it once, and it's funny because a lot of the passages that I found important that I highlighted or I posted noted were passages that I had read in other books, like, because this book gets quoted all the time, and it's kind of weird to, it almost felt like I had already read it once before, but I of course hadn't. So I finished that. I think I had just started it in the last video, in the April video. But yeah, so finished Book of Thoth. The next book I read was The Chicken Kabbalah by Lon Milo DuQuette. I talked last month about Understanding Crowley's Thoth Tarot by Lon Milo DuQuette, and the same. He has the same writing style. He's kind of quirky, and he kind of like, I said dad jokes last time. But it makes it accessible, it makes it understandable. This is a pretty heavy subject, and I don't want to say he makes light of it, because he doesn't. You could tell that he has a very big reverence for the Kabbalah and all of the things that he teaches, but he definitely, like, he writes this from the point of view of a fictional rabbi, and so it kind of makes it really funny. And he tells you why he calls it Chicken Kabbalah, and it's cute. So if you're interested in the Kabbalah and you don't know where to start, this is a good one. He's got a second one coming out. Actually, it's either out or it's coming out. It's called Son of Chicken Kabbalah, and I'm sure I'll pick that up and read it too, because I like Lon Milo DuQuette. He makes me giggle. He calls things dingleberries, and that makes me laugh. So the third book that I finished this month is called The Kabbalah Tree by Rachel Pollack. Now, this book is specifically about Handel's Tree of Life painting, which is supposed to come with the book, but womp womp, mine did not. I bought it used. I buy almost all my books used because I'm cheap. But this book was really, really good. She packs, so, it's thin, right? Like, it's thin. There's only, let's see, 170 pages. So normally this would not take me long to read it all, but it did take me a while because she's verbose. You guys have heard me talk about Rachel Pollack before. I love her. She's awesome. She wrote everything there is to write about the Handel Tarot, and that's my favorite tarot deck. And I've shown off those books before. And I've read 78 Degrees of Wisdom a bunch of times. And that's a great book to start out with if you're looking for anything about the tarot to start out with. So she packs a lot, like a lot of meaning, a lot of history, and a lot of words into each paragraph. So if you want something a little deeper about Kabbalah, this is a pretty good one to go with. Can I get it to focus? The Kabbalah Tree. Okay, and then the last book, I'm halfway through. I'm almost done. Actually, this is a book that I do this very often because I order books that look good, and there are a couple of books used on Amazon, and I buy a bunch of them. And I have a lot of books that I have bought that were the same book, but they changed titles in different editions. And this was one of them. Everyday Tarot, or Choice Center Tarot is the other one I talked about before. But this one is under Living the Tarot or Living the Kabbalistic Tarot. So there's two different versions, and I sent my other version to somebody else that I knew would like it. So, and this book it's good. It only goes through the major arcana. But so this book has a lot of personal and student experiences that the author Amber Jayanti puts into the book, and the experiences are I mean, she wants you to get into the major arcana cards on a very deep personal and spiritual level, and that is totally great. It is not something I'm against. Obviously, you need to really feel tarot in order to do it. But, I mean, that's the point, right? But it's a lot of, like, very, very personal stories. So if you like that kind of thing, this is an excellent book. And I'm not saying I dislike it. I like it. It's just, right now, I'm kind of in, like, study mode. So I want to get all of the textbook stuff down before I go into, you know, really like feeling and person and like how it works for me. Like I haven't gotten there yet. I want to learn as much as I can about Kabbalah before I figure out how I'm going to apply it to my life and how I'm going to use it. And I just haven't gotten there yet. And I kind of wish I had read a couple of other books before I read this one, but I know that I'll come back to it. Like there's little parts in here that I'm skipping. It's not that I'm skipping them. There's like how to use this card in your life, and it's the same for every card. So it just changes with the title of a card. So I kind of skip that in every chapter because I'm not doing that yet. I'm not there. She also has big sections in each chapter about, divinatory questions that you would ask of that card and how that card and the ideas of the card and the symbols and the themes can work for you in your study of that card. So that's another thing I'm not really skipping. I kind of just gloss through them, not sitting down and journaling about them. But that's also great for journal prompts too. You can go through and kind of take one out of each one and really write a lot. They're very good, thoughtful questions. And they also phrase things in a way that you might not think of something like the Hierophant. It'll give you a question that you may not necessarily associate with the Hierophant. And so it makes you think of the card in a different way. And it also, it forces you to answer it coming from your own point of view, which is kind of cool. So I'm liking this book more and more as I read it. At first I was kind of meh, but I like it. And I'm obviously going to finish it. I'm only halfway through, so it'll be done in a week or so. So that's books for May. I won't even get into what I'm going to read next because I have, obviously another stack, so you'll hear them in June. Decks I'm working with this month. First I want to show off my sweet case I got for my Soprafino deck. This was actually made by Susie Chang, one of the hosts of the Fortune's Wheelhouse podcast. She makes these beautiful, they're called Arcana cases, and they're made with silk. And this one, we've called it kind of my meta Soprafino because it's a Soprafino print. But it's so beautiful. It's lined with silk. I don't have any silk for my cards. I know that's that's a thing you're supposed to do, but I don't have any silk for my cards. So I have it fits your deck nice and snugly, and it's beautiful. And so I wanted to show that off. I was very happy to purchase that. She's on, I will show you her business card because I have it handy. She's on tarotista.etsy, but go check her out. She also makes zodiac perfumes, which are amazing. I'm wearing Stream of Stars right now. That's the Aquarius perfume. It smells so good. She makes beautiful perfumes that are zodiacally correspondent. So check that out if you like that kind of thing. So decks for this month. I have now I'm going to talk about my third most important Facebook group. They're all most important. And I'm sure I've talked about this group before, but I'm also a member of Divination Guild, which is where I talk mostly about tarot. But I also talk about a bunch of other divination methods. Like I read runes and witches runes and oracle cards and that kind of stuff, which doesn't really have a place in Tarot Nerds, because Tarot Nerds is all about tarot all the time, and that's why I like it. But this group kind of fills in my other divination fun. And they're doing a deck of the month, and the deck of the month for that group is the Deviant Moon. And you all know that I have purchased and sold and repurchased and sold the Deviant Moon a bunch of times. And now I finally have bought one. I got one, he runs a sale for it all the time. He being Patrick Valenza, the artist. And I got it, and I decided to right away edge it in brown, make it look cool, and so I would not give it away. And then I decided to participate in the Deck of the Month Club. The woman that runs it, they kind of put it up in the unit so you can like click that you're done when you're done with the unit for that week. And she asks really great questions, and she has different things to talk about, like the size of the deck and the little white book of the deck, and then do a reading with the deck, and really kind of forces you to connect with every aspect of it, and I like that. So the Deviant Moon, actually I didn't even show any of them off. I just assume that everybody knows this deck because it's soup's weird. But Patrick Valenza's art is so cool. It's a Rider-Waite Smith deck, so it's it's pretty traditional in that respect. I love that Queen of Wands. It's very cool, moon people. Oh, this is my favorite card in the entire deck. 4 wands. No, 5 wands. 5 wands. 6 wands. Wow. I don't even know what it is. Good job. This is something that would have made me delete the video, by the way. But I'm too tired to give a crap today. So there you go. You guys get me. So Deviant Moon is really the only one I'm kind of actively working with. I'm carrying around my Soprafino because of my sweet new case. And I have... What did I get that was new that I didn't talk about? Maybe Tarot the Holy Light and the Alchemical Tarot. But I will talk about those at a different time because they're other. But I also got the Jacques Fiville, which I've been kind of like... I'm breaking in right now, so I'm just sitting here and shuffling. So this is probably my TDM deck of the month, the Tarot de Marseille deck of the month. This one's a little quirky if you haven't seen it. The best card, I'm going to find it, is the Devil, because he's green and weird looking. And he just makes me so happy that was, yep, here he is. That was the reason I bought it. I don't know. I think I talked about him in my TDM deck collection. He's got people on his knees. Devil cards always get me. Like, he was the reason I bought it. Like, I was kind of on the fence. And then somebody put up that card, and I'm like, yep, that's it. Click, bye. So that's all I have to talk about for this month. Oh, no, I lied. I'm going to show something off. It's a present for somebody, and they don't know it yet. But I'm going to show something off because I was actually pretty proud of it. It was one of the deck bags that I made, and this is supposed to look like a peacock feather, but it kind of looks like an avocado. But I just thought it was really cute. And like I kind of put the feathers in the back. And I'm not going to show what's inside it because that's part of the present too. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show it off and see how cool it was. All right, that's all I have to talk about this week or this month. I promise. I will. I'm sure I'll have more videos before June. But for the tarot chat, we'll talk more in June. And if there's anything you guys want to, if you want to see anything specific, let me know. Leave a comment. If you like my bags and you want to buy one, let me know. Leave a comment. If you want to book a reading with me, sacredhearttarot.com. You can do that too. I have a Patreon, but that isn't really, I don't really do anything with it. Just whenever it's down there. But yeah, so those are all the things. And, I love to hear your feedback. So leave me a comment, even just to say hello. Goodbye.